Welcome to another episode of Titan PI TV, where I, Simon Henson, your host and Managing Director of Titan Private Investigation Limited, are looking at the inside workings of an operational investigation agency, that being here, Titan. So today we're going to look at the training and a common question we are asked in regards to our training. So Titan, in association with the IPI, which is the Institute of Professional Investigators, we offer a 5-day surveillance course. It is an RQF Level 4 in covert surveillance operations. As I alluded to, it's 5 days and it's the intermediate course. However, we deliver the advanced syllabus, but you will come out with an intermediate. The only parts of the advanced syllabus that we don't cover are open source intelligence and nighttime surveillance. Other than that, we're giving you the advanced syllabus. Why are we giving you the advanced syllabus? Because we don't think the intermediate is fit for purpose. And as an operational company, we want to utilize our successful student graduates. So we want to give you, it's in our interest because you are representing Titan, we want to give you everything you need to be a decent and professional surveillance operative. So what's the question we are constantly asked by students? It's quite simple. Will I get a job if I successfully complete your surveillance course? Answer, yes. So, successful graduates from our 5-day surveillance course, RQF Level 4 in covert surveillance operations, will be then enrolled onto our GROW student aftercare program. So, what does GROW stand for? It stands for group. So we will add you to the Titan Operation Resourcing group, which has just shy of 300 other members. Those members are sole traders or limited companies who resource all of their work on that group as well. The general rate of pay is £25 an hour for a minimum of 5 hours, and you will be paid mileage at a rate of 40 pence a mile whilst you are deployed on that task. Recommendations is the R of GROW. You can ask any question you want on the operational resourcing group. You can come to your instructors on the course and we will give you recommendations of what kit you need, what law affects you on a particular deployment. So you will have recommendations. O is ongoing support. So you will be allocated a mentor. If you're not allocated a mentor who is geographically close to you, then the instructors will always be on the end of the phone to discuss that first job you do, which is what you are judged by. And W with you. So where we can, we will try and deploy with you on your first deployment. As I alluded to a moment ago, you will be judged on your first deployment. So we can't fail or have any hiccups. So we want to go through all of the objectives once you get that operational order. And ideally, we would like to be with you, but that isn't always possible. So let's look at what we cover during our course, which is the intermediate. However, you won't come out with the advanced, although we're giving you the majority of the advanced syllabus. The reason you won't come out with that is because the awarding body Skills for Justice, who we currently use, have a TQT, which is a total qualification time for the advanced and the intermediate, and there's absolutely no chance you could do the amount of hours that they say you have to cover during the advanced course in 5 days. So let's look at the modules we cover. I've written them down, they are here, so I might look a bit unprofessional reading through them, but we first of all look at the principles of surveillance, subject identification, communications, minimizing risks, static observation points, supporting evidence, anti-surveillance, foot surveillance, public transport, mobile surveillance, stop and plot, loss procedures, car parks, motorbike surveillance, motorway surveillance, the law, evidential logs, use and deployment of GPS vehicle trackers, reconnaissance and operational orders. So there's a hell of a lot we are covering there, 21 modules during the 5 days. So let's have a look at the structure of the course. Day 1, you will come, we will do the admin and open the course. Day 1, we'll be looking at foot surveillance. And by the end of day 1, I guarantee that everybody, we've never had it that it's not happened, everybody will be proficiently carrying out covert foot surveillance within a city centre, that being here at Derby. You'll be clearing corners, you'll be using the ABC, and we won't stop until you're there. Believe me, people come in and think, I'm not going to be able to do that by the end of the day once we've done the theory input in the morning. But when we go out and we put the theory into practice with constant assessment, believe me, you will be there at the end of day 1. Once we move on to day 2, where we do public transport. This is where we're following a subject on foot who utilises public transport, and we will go across at least 2 counties following a person that you don't know who is our subject. Day 3, it steps up further. We go on to mobile surveillance. This is following a subject from a vehicle in a vehicle. We step up again on day 4 so that we have no skill fade. We continue with mobile surveillance, but we'll also be going back to days 1 and 2 where we're looking at foot surveillance and also public transport. And then day 5 is the day we've all been waiting for. It is the most realistic we can get in the training environment to an operational deployment. This is when we do our final exercise. The assessment, as I said earlier, is throughout the course. So there's no surprise at the end of the course. Everything isn't weighted on the final exercise. So that is the Titan course. I've mentioned the awarding body Skills for Justice. So the course is £1,200 including VAT. Because through the IPI, who is our examination centre, we are able, if learners wish, to go through the certification process for the RQF Level 4 in Covert Surveillance Operations. If you want to do this, there is an admin fee of £420. This goes directly to the IPI. It has nothing to do with Titan, and you have to fill out a workbook and hand that in. And that will be internally and externally assessed by the SFJ, Skills for Justice, and you have the opportunity to get a qualification, an RQF qualification, level 4. We don't push anybody to go for the certification process, and the simple reason is Titan are training people up because we want to utilise you on a subcontractor basis. If you've got a piece of paper saying you have gained an official industry recognised qualification, then that is a completely personal thing for the learner. However, the learner might want that certification to prove that they are to a certain level which is industry recognised. Will it affect your work post-course? The answer is no. Titan is well known as a reputable training provider. We're not one of these conveyor belt training providers. We run training courses as and when we require more resourcing, more operatives. So just because you haven't got the RQF level 4 certification, in my eyes and Titan's eyes and the instructing team, it will not affect your ability to work. It's a completely personal thing if you want to justify £420 to complete a workbook and a recognised qualification. If you do the Titan course and you decide not to go through a certification process, then you won't complete a workbook. You will be assessed throughout the course, and at the end of it, as instructors, we can sign you off and you won't have to complete a workbook because it's not a formal qualification. However, you will have reached the required standard and you will be signed off and hopefully go and get a few bits of kit, that being a camcorder and a covert camera, and have a suitable vehicle with rear tinted windows, and you're good to go and work for Titan and our affiliated other members. That is effectively another episode of Titan PI in the bag. As always, we would love a thumbs up. We would love you to subscribe and keep watching. Till next time.